It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we've got CeeDee Lamb. He was highly productive in last week's game, nearly reaching 170 yards. It's the Cowboys and the Bengals, just ahead on EA Sports.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
2-1 loss team set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Bengals getting set for their first possession of the ball game and leading them out in his third season. Really the face of Cincinnati football, Joe Burrow.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Gun.
A first carry for Samaje Perine. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
The numbers for Perine at last week's game: 15 carries, 56 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
First carry now for Chris Evans.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Here we go.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From midfield now, Burrow. He'll get this out to his running back, Perine.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
And just a yard to go here on second down.
Burrow will throw.
Again, that's Hurst.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 17-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst. So the completion results there in 9 yards.
Here we go.
And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. To the air again, Burrow. He finds Pirine out of the backfield. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Now a carry for Pirine. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Now it's Burrow. Touchdown, Bengals. Hayden Hurst, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the fourth quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. A 10-play drive that time. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Bengals grab it. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
On one, right?
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
12, 11 Thomas, 11 MP.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Hurst. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Bengals. It's Tyler Boyd. A great play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Dak Prescott and Dallas taking the field for their first possession. Dak now in his 7th season in charge of the Cowboys. 2-time Pro Bowler.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple build-time interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 15 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Inside give to Elliott. Daxton Hill there to make the stop on defense. The Cowboys had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener, and they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games at home. Because if you go 0-2, hard to make those up on the road as the season progresses.
Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Dalton Schultz really built on his 2020 when he seized the Cowboys' starting job in 2021. 78 catches were 3rd in the league for tight ends. He's locked himself in as one of the Cowboys' main pieces on offense. They'll go to him every chance they get when he makes 1st down catches like that.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding. Offense.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now Prescott. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Prescott to throw on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Bengals drive about to get going. He completes it to Boyd. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
1st down. Here's Burrow. Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
11, empty. 11.
Now Burrow. And it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 4th down. Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Week 2 underway around the NFL, and a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener, the 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night, a treat, a Monday night doubleheader, Tennessee and Buffalo, 7:15 Eastern, and then Minnesota and Philly kicking off a little over an hour later. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
On third down, it's Prescott. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
Fourth down, Prescott. Gonna take a shot for Gallup. And incomplete on the deep ball. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Ready?
They will throw on first down with Burrow. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 25 yards that time.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
Here's first and goal, and gosh, points here. A chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Ben Mason, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right? Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw. Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. They'll throw again. Prescott. And he's got Ezekiel Elliott. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A first down throw for Prescott. That's caught. It's James Washington. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Prescott. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it, and the Bengals are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with a 24-0 lead already in hand, really no reason to try to do anything too crazy here. Now Burrow on first down. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle.
Holding. Offense.
So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Here we go, here we go.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. will get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was our visitors who were able to walk away with the road victory. Carson Wentz, 3 touchdown passes as his guy.
Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. This one taken just inside the 10, and he'll be stopped up at the 25. Out come the Cowboys now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Prescott on first down. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell, and he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Here's Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 36 yards. And the Bengals have opened the lead up to 30. So, Charles, the bad taste from that opening week loss, that's just a memory now. This has been a very strong performance as they score once again.
Yeah, I know it's only week 2, but you're exactly right, because this team thought they let one get away in the opener. And not only were they determined to not let the same thing happen here, they knew that they had to correct a bunch of things. So everything went wrong in game 1. They took care of business with it in game 2.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Takes it at the 7. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Dallas offense set for this next drive. But we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Bengals grab it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is confirmed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Sam Hubbard able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Now Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 19. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. From 19 yards away. And the Cowboys are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate. He's got a man, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught.
Here we go.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And that's caught one more time by Boyd. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here on target to Hurst.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds.
2nd and 3 from the 9.
11, empty. 11.
Burrow looking to pass. Touchdown! Tyler Boyd with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Bengals have got it on cruise control. McPherson's kick is good,
and that will extend their lead even further.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From the 10. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott, left side to Lamb. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Prescott's throw hauled in by Washington. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Prescott yet again. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Prescott. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. Prescott looks to throw on 1st. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Dak Prescott with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Cowboys get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. And they wasted no time right down near the goal line, and they just sneak it in.
Just do what you need to do. Big guys going up front, have the field general, the leader, just falling behind them.
Marr now to add the extra point. Now that shaves a bit off the lead. It's now a 23-point game. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was all capped off by Dak Prescott, keeping it and taking it in on the touchdown run. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down at the Cowboys 31. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd and 1, Burrow. He's got Hurst, his tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
12. 11 Thomas.
Here's Pirine. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, here's Pirine. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
11.
Now Pirine. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengal field goal. Made his first. This now from 42 yards out.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 31-yard line. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. And again, it's Prescott. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Trey Flowers picks it. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 from Bengals TD. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes CeeDee Lamb and the rest of the Dallas offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
He's got a man, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. First down, Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And this is caught on the sideline. Are the feet in? They are. What a catch. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. They'll throw again. Prescott. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Marr on for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 26. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it was finished off by a Jalen Tolbert touchdown grab. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Kicks it on the ground with a squib, taken around the 28. And solid field position here to start as they get this out to the 40-yard line.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
Here we go, here we go.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Cincinnati, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants.